Welcome to Business as a Magical Practice, where your business is the vehicle for your self-integration and soul evolution. My name is Sam Garcia, and I'm the founder of Dirty Alchemy Digital Marketing. And I'll be guiding you through how you can use your business as a spiritual practice and what magical businesses are doing to hit their goals and change the world. Together, we'll be relating the mystical to the world of business so that our work can unite spirit and matter, shadow and light, conscious and unconscious. Let's dive in. Hi everyone! So good to see you. So good to be here for this Instagram Live. Donna is here with me and we're going to be talking about balancing the root and sacral chakra for your business success. And I'm so excited to have Donna on. She was in the last round of the Alchemical Business Intensive and she had this just insanely stellar launch. And a big piece of why it was so successful is her using her own expertise of chakra balancing. And one of her amazing lead magnets was for preparing for the online launch, for building the right audience for the online launch, was on a guided meditation for balancing your root chakra. And when she was reflecting after the launch of like the various things that she did to have this insane success in her launch, was this chakra balancing. So I really wanted to bring her on and talk with you guys about how you can balance your chakras, specifically your root and sacral chakra, which we honestly, we didn't talk ahead of time, but my opinion is that a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs were like all up in this upper chakra, like psychic abilities, spiritual abilities, visioning, channeling. And in order to actually ground your success, your goals into the world, we actually need to balance that very strongly with root and sacral chakra. Did I explain that right, Donna?
You did. I mean, the solar plexus plays a massive part too, because those are the three earthly chakras. But yeah, 100%. And rooting as the last key down, and sacral, you can see I've got yellow because I'm in the middle of sacral chakra month on my 7 levels of abundance program. So I'm rooting, I'm powerfully sacral chakraing today with you. But yeah, the last part of manifesting is the root chakra. So there are 2 lines of energy that run through. The upward movement from the root chakra to crown is called liberation energy. And that's a lot of what us as spiritual seekers are like, makes us feel expansive, makes us feel amazing, makes us want to connect with the big divine cauldron, woo-woo, whatever you want to call it, right, that you love. And that liberation energy is literally that like expanded, freeing thing. And so many of the women that I teach, these kind of conscious, aware women, really need to have the practical groundedness and have the energy flowing the other way from crown to root. And
before you go on, I want to have you introduce yourself and just like say to everyone, so like pay attention if you are not getting the sales that you actually want, the revenue coming in that you actually want, but you know your stuff is amazing and you know that your work is like for the liberation of the planet or actually for the better good, and you're just so confused about why the success isn't coming in, like please pay attention to this conversation. And please, Donna, I would love to hear in your words how you introduce yourself, what you're considered an expert in, and all of that.
Great. So since 2005, I've been doing this for ages. I have been teaching conscious, aware women how to combine practical, grounded, practical tools with spiritual energy to create astounding results. And I really teach in 3 main areas. I teach in the area of manifesting your soul-led dreams, goals, vision for your life. And that's not necessarily business. It could be anything, whether it's to meet the Dalai Lama or run a successful business or buy your dream farm or write a book or be a good mom. It doesn't matter what the dream and goal is, as long as it's soul-led. And I teach a lot of my students how to get clear on what is soul-led versus what's ego-led, and then how to make that happen and manifest it. The second area that I teach in, because what I found was that so many of the women that I started teaching manifesting to struggled in the area of money. Such a block. And we're talking about root chakra today, and the root chakra is the center for money manifestation, actually. And so I started teaching about money, and that was in 2011. And probably my flagship program is my Money Magic program that I've been running for 11 years, really helping people go through, again, the practical process of money with the spiritual energy stuff to create ultimately financial freedom, but financial security, financial independence, and ultimately financial freedom and thriving. And because I've been doing that work now for over 11 years, many of my students have already have already hit financial freedom, which is just phenomenal to see. And
how do you define financial freedom?
So financial freedom is when you no longer have to work for money. So the money from not your businesses, but your investments and your assets is generating enough money to pay your daily bills.
Amazing.
And it's enough to last for the rest of your life because of the magic of the way assets and investing works, and because of the magic of compounding. And this is all that I teach in my Money Magic and my investing program, and deep passion of mine. And my journey with the spiritual energy of money has been deeply fascinating for me for 11 years. And then I saw a number of my students hit financial independence, financial freedom, and there was still a lot of glitchy things going on in their world and their lives. And I started teaching in the area of what I call magic. And that's really about balancing body, mind, soul, well-being to move you into your fullest abundance. Because you can be wealthy in money and not abundant. And in fact, I was starting to see that in my own life. I had an experience in 2018 where monetarily, I'm absolutely fabulous. And yet I was in deep scarcity. And I was like, wow. And that's when I started doing the chakra work. I've been doing in my own personal development chakra work for 20 years, but it was just like, wow, hold on, let me go deeper. And as I went deeper and had profound shifts, I thought, oh, I've got to teach this. And so in 2019, my next body of work, which is called the 7 Levels of Abundance, really emerged. And I've been teaching that for I'm now on my 4th round. I do it once a year, and it's a 7-month program. It's my deepest, most juicy, fucking catalytic transformational program. I love it. And yeah, so that's why I'm here talking about the chakras, because in the last 3 years I've been seeing the world through the lens of the chakras.
So when it comes to the root and sacral, is that really what you're seeing it as the first level of what needs to be balanced when people are not seeing the money or the wealth that they want coming in?
Absolutely. And so one of the reasons why I was so drawn to your work, Sam, is because you've got this brilliant balancing of the practical and the spiritual energy. And you were the first business coach and person that I'd seen who just combined it. So I was like, yes, I've been looking for my brand of coaching and business coaching for ages. And I was like, yay. And that's why your program worked so freaking I'm doing a massive plug for Sam because it was so freaking awesome. The alchemical business intent. But the question was about the root chakra. Yes, root chakra is the place to start because you're so up here, right? And to ultimately, the energy line that goes downwards is a manifesting energy line. So the energy line we talked about that goes upwards is the liberating energy. And the energy line that goes downwards is the manifesting energy. Now, for a lot of spiritual healers, you're in vision, you're in intuition, you're getting divine inspiration, you're able, if you've already started your business, to vocalize, to express it, to communicate it, you're contributing to the world, you're opening your heart and giving. But often those lower 3 chakras, you're even taking action, or with the solar plexus, you're between procrastination, inactivity, and then overactivity, and then inactivity again. But to really ground it. And this for me made such a difference in my business when I started doing this work. It also made a difference in my life. It also made a difference that I conceived my first child at the age of 44 when I did the sacral chakra work. So whatever you're trying to conceive, whether it is actual conception, or whether it's your business, or whether it's your program, or whether it's expansion into more clients, so important to be in the sacral for that conception and the primal creativity of it and the desire of it, and then the root for the final get it grounded.
Mm-hmm.
And so many of my students, I find when we do the root part, suddenly so much of their lives click into place because so much else was happening for them, but they just didn't have that last 5% ground. And for me, that was my experience. I was like, so much was successful, so much was working worldwide with people, but just that last grounding bit's not landing.
So what are some
And
other, sorry, go ahead, please.
I've got to say a quick thing. Sorry. I've got to say a quick thing. COVID has been abysmal for root and sacral unbalancing. In fact, for all unbalancing, but root and sacral particularly. And you've just got to think about the fact that smell and taste, smell is for the root chakra, the key sense. Taste is for the sacral chakra, the key sense.
Oh, cool.
And when people had COVID, they lost smell and taste. Like that's what they lost. So if you've had COVID, if you've been, you know, and most of us have now, like do this work, especially if you found the last 2 years quite rocky or unbalanced, or things were working in your business and now they're not. So important.
I love that you brought up this point, because so many people are like, well, I've already done this work. I've already done X, Y, and Z, or it used to work. Like I already like been through whatever, and something like an illness can actually throw you off balance. So you need to go back to it, or try a different level of it, or try a different flavor of it. So I love that.
Yeah. And the truth with chakra balancing is that we're never all 100% balanced. Like it is, and unless you're like the enlightened one, and you know, I'm nowhere near that. So yeah, it's a complete journey. It's a lifelong journey. And that's one of the reasons why I do the 7-month program and help my students with the tools, and also the ability to have the awareness for diagnosis. So to notice when, oh, my throat is out. Okay, so here are the tools that I can use. Oh, my root chakra is out. Here are the tools that I can use. And that's one of the things that became so clear to me when launching this program and starting to do your work, and realizing that I had some trauma around launching before. I thought, oh, okay, trauma often sits in roots because there's survival fear and fear, or it sits in sacral. And I thought, okay, because I've had this kind of launch trauma, adrenal fatigue from launches, which is also can relate to solar plexus and roots. I was like, right, I need to do my own root chakra and sacral chakra work. And it was, astounding.
So before we go into actual things that people can do to balance that root and sacral chakra, I'm wondering if you can share some like signs that these two chakras are out of balance, or even like weird signs that you wouldn't necessarily think about.
Yeah. So let me give you a brief overview. And for those of you who are like already know the chakras, you'll be like, oh, I already know this, but just like listen with beginner's mind as if you've never heard it before, because something different may land for you. So root chakra is about our safety, our survival. It's foundational. It is the color red. I'm wearing root chakra red tonight specifically because I wanted this interview to be grounded, for it to manifest for people, for it to really land. And so the root is all about our stability in the world, and it's very much about embodiment. So any practices for grounding are body practices, right? Getting into your body, whether it's exercising, whether it's dancing, whether it is eating, whether it is sleeping and really looking after your sleep. Anything that's very physical is root chakra and grounding. Okay. How you know that you are root chakra. So you could be overactive or underactive in a chakra, or a combination of both. Overactivity means that you get fixated on the aspects of that chakra. Underactivity means that you avoid the aspect of that chakra. So how do you know that something's going on with your root chakra? Money is absolutely a big thing, whether it is you're completely obsessed with it and like stingy around it, or whether it's not available, or money stuff keeps coming up for you, definitely root chakra. Home stuff. So for me, one of the things, I lived in a home my whole life from 0 to 18, and from 18 to 44 lived in 27 different places. How fascinating. I'm really root chakra deficient, and I'm root chakra deficient because I was premature and I was born 5 weeks early, and I was put straight into an incubator. And so my base foundational, as the root chakra was developing, because the root chakra develops from your mother's pregnancy into about a year, 9 months to a year. And so my first experience of life was, I'm not touched, it's unsafe, I'm alone and unsupported. Phew. Deficient root chakra. So one of the important things for the root chakra, the opposite of that is hoarding. People who are like just hoarding material stuff. Okay, definitely root chakra imbalance. Yeah. How you know that there's something going on, thing that's going on with your legs, knees, feet, in terms of physical ailments, also with your perineum and weight issues, underweight or overweight.
Awesome.
Root chakra imbalances.
You know, this is kind of off topic, but we're chatting. So this year I was a dancer from the age of started at 6, stopped when I was 18 because I went off to college and I couldn't balance that with everything else. And it was such a huge part of me and joy and mental stimulation, body stimulation, all of these things. And in the last few years, I'd be like, I know I need to start dancing again. I know I need to start dancing again. But I had all of these blocks around. There's not a class near me that I like, or there's just Zumba, which is I have judgments around, and it wasn't the level that I wanted to be at, or that would really stimulate me. And I found my husband's friend's wife is a dance teacher in this one style of dance, heels dance, which is something I never did. And I knew about it for over a year and never went. And then I finally kind of was like, I just need to go to this class. Even with my judgments around it, even with all these things, this is 2 months ago now. And I went, and it was such this breaking open for me around, and what I wanted to share is you're mentioning around embodiment of as I reawaken this dancing part of me and doing this thing that brought me so much joy, and looking around at I'm the same as you. I had a same house pretty much until I was 18, and then I moved around twice a year for 10 years.
Yeah.
So the same sort of thing. And I have felt it so much, and this is so recent. So it's so front of mind for me of how much embodiment has been coming in through it, how much joy, how much stability, how much trauma is releasing through it, which it sounds exactly what you're talking about. And it feels sacral chakra too, because it's very gyrating.
Well, dance is completely the movement of the sacral chakra. So that is, and the embodiment of dance in root chakra, absolutely. And the fact that you talk about joy, which is what the sacral chakra is about. The sacral chakra is, the Sanskrit word is svadhisthana, which literally means sweetness. So it's the sweetness of life.
Yeah.
So once we're foundationally secure, then the next level of evolution, because that's how the chakras evolve, they show us our levels of evolution. Once we are foundationally secure, the next level is to move into the pleasure and the sweetness of life. And how we do that is by becoming aware of our needs and our desires. And through becoming aware of our needs and our desires, we follow those, and then we have deep and amazing pleasure from that. And the sacral chakra also shows us the polarity, because sometimes we go after the pleasure and then we experience the frustration or the pain. And so that's the first chakra where polarity really, really comes in. And it's the home of polarity, the sacral chakra.
So
all of the shadow work stuff, if you're doing, it sits there.
Yeah. So with sacral, because we went through root, some signs of imbalance, what are some not really talked about that much signs of imbalance with the sacral chakra?
Okay, so sacral chakra, just again a quick overview. It's orange. It is around your reproductive organs, lower belly. That's the position of it. It's taste. Taste is the sense that drives it. And here the key functions are all about your emotions, your sensuality. And sensuality doesn't mean sex, it means the 5 senses, how you experience the world through what you see, smell, taste, feel, right? It's like being completely in your senses. And that's one of the reasons why the dance is so powerful for you, because you get into your body and then you get into your senses and then you get into joy, because that's, as spiritual beings, what we're here to do, like be in human bodies and experience things through the five senses. It's also about sexuality. It's about primal creativity. There are two chakras that control creativity. One is the sacral chakra, which is really primal, and it's where polarities meet, and then literally the masculine and the feminine meet to conceive. And the next chakra where creativity is in the throat chakra, and that's how the creativity comes out and goes into contribution into the world. So if you're blocked creatively, you can be blocked in both. And I'm just sharing that because often people who are spiritual entrepreneurs have throat stuff or have sacral stuff. And so it's really good to balance both. The other functions of the sacral are desire, need, movement, change, flexibility. So how do you know that you're out of balance? Your emotions either are suppressed or they are freaking all over the place. Okay, wild emotional swings, that's sacral imbalance. If you struggle with guilt, jealousy, envy, absolutely sacral stuff. Any kind of boundary issues are root and sacral. So if you've got any kind of boundary issues, definitely. And then from a physical perspective, it's really about the reproductive organs, bladder, urinary tract infections. So for me, when I was much younger, I was definitely imbalanced until I did a lot of the sacred feminine work. And that really balanced sacral chakra for me. Pelvis, anything that to do with your pelvis, hips. Often the clients come to me and they've got glitchy hips or funny hips, and they do a whole month with me on the 7 levels of abundance with sacral chakra. And it's amazing how hip stuff disappears once you start bringing movement there. And the hip stuff is where a lot of our emotions are suppressed into. If you do any kind of yoga, you know that. If you do hip openers, suddenly emotions start coming flying out.
Yeah, I remember from one of my first yoga classes of like I forget what it's called, the one where it's almost you're sitting with your legs crisscrossed, but they're on top of each other, and then you're supposed to like fold over. It's just like stuck in my head around like when I like felt it so strong, I was like, oh, there's emotions in there.
Exactly. A lot of our emotions get stored in our hips, and it's again because it's sacral chakra, and that's the house of emotions. It's where the hips are. I mean, the yogis and the Vedas just contain such wisdom for how physiologically, psychologically, spiritually, like we are made up. It's just the, millennia old wisdom that's just enlightened wisdom. It's fucking profound.
Can you tell some stories around specifically root and sacral related of yourself or of clients who have done the work and things went from this to there, or like what's actually possible when you start balancing these chakras?
Yeah, I mean, I've got so many. So one of my students started on the 7 levels of abundance with me. She'd done a lot of my other programs. So financially, she was doing great. Business-wise, her business, she was really manifesting her dreams and goals. But one of her big challenges was that she was about 70 or 80 kilograms overweight, and nothing she could do could shift it and fix it. And we started doing root chakra work. And as we were doing root chakra stuff, a whole lot of just insights, awarenesses, realizations came into place for her. And literally over the next 18 months, and it took 18 months, she lost 70 kilograms.
Wow.
70 kilograms, and her whole view of life has transformed. Now, she was already running a successful business. She was already making great money, but just interacting with her now, she can't believe that her life has transformed so profoundly.
And I just looked up kilograms to pounds because I'm a stupid American. Like, that's 154 pounds. That's a lot of weight. Holy moly.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. And it's not like she wasn't able to reach other key, like That was the key thing for me. And she kept saying to me, like, why can't I do this? Because she'd reached goal after goal using the man, you know, in my Dreams and Goals with Soul program and my Growing Wings program that I used to run. And she kept saying to me, why this? And then as soon as I started doing this work and creating the work, I called her and I said, you have to be on my first program. This is the work. And she started, and she was just like, and in fact, I visited her recently back in South Africa, and there in her office were a whole lot of the like quick guides to each chakra printed out that she had. And she's just like, they're so useful for helping me diagnose when stuff comes up in my life. Another example, I had another student, also quite a nomad, homeless, amazing macrobiotic chef, amazing hypnotherapist, had big dreams and goals to get into comedy, you know, multi-talented, multifaceted, but also very nomadic. And she just couldn't find home. And she started doing root chakra work, and things started to miraculously fall in place that she could put an offer in and afford, which for her was mind-blowing, a property in Los Angeles. And if you know about property prices in LA, they really are quite crazy. And after 2 months on the program, as we were coming out of Sacral, she was just like, I cannot fathom that this is possible. I had another client also in LA, who during root chakra, because during root chakra month, we also look at your ancestors and your connection to ancestors. And she started to shift some stuff with her mother. And let me tell you, your parents run through all of the chakras. So just like if you think it's just your mother, they run through everywhere. They're all over. The root chakra is not just mother, but there is a lot of mother stuff there, because our primary caregiver in root chakra development phase, from pregnancy, third trimester of pregnancy to about 1 year old, 9 months to 1 year old, is mother. And so she started to solve and resolve and have some conversations with her mother, and she literally doubled, and she's salaried, so she's in her own business. She doubled from 100,000 a year to earning 200,000 a year.
Through her same job, or just through other things coming in?
No, she went to a different job. She got the offer of a different job. But the shift for her to double a salary when she was already on 100K a year was like mind-blowing.
Totally. This is why I love hearing case studies, because we sometimes have our conscious minds can't even fathom what is possible when we start unblocking things or rebalancing things in chakras cases.
I had another student who came onto the program, was not in a great relationship with her husband. Their marriage was going through a lot of trouble. And in the third week, because we do 4 weeks per chakra, it's called the 7 levels of abundance. And I love to give my students abundant, spacious time to really practice the tools and integrate. And on the third week of Sacral Chakra Month, she posted to the group, and she was like, I'm having the best sex of my life. Like, when I started this program, I wanted to kill my husband. Now I'm having toe curling orgasmic sex. Like, how the fuck is this possible?
Oh, that's so good.
So, you know, toe curling orgasmic sex, or, you know,
there's
having a great home.
Life right there.
Exactly.
Let's go into what people can actually do to rebalance. I don't know if you wanted to share, like, take us through a meditation right now, or just share some things that people can do today to start making little shifts.
Yeah. So I would love to share, and I think you're going to pop this onto your Instagram or somewhere. I have a root chakra balancing meditation that people can download, and it's a 20-minute meditation. I think it's 18 minutes actually, and it's really, really helpful if you know that you've got root chakra imbalances, if you know that things just aren't quite landing or aren't quite grounding. Please go download it, use it.
bit.ly/root chakra free meditation. It'll be in the show notes. We'll make sure to put it in either the descriptions or the comments below this IG live. And I'm going to make Donna put it in her Instagram bio.
In my bio as well. Yeah. I'll put it in my bio. No problem. I'll shift my bio around after this.
And is that something where, like, people should listen to it every day for a certain amount of days?
No, it's not. It's not like that. My recommendation is to do it initially and then wait and see and integrate.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would do it probably once or twice per week,
Mm-hmm.
as long as you're finding it helpful and shifting. Mm-hmm. What I find is many people who do it have different experiences every time they do it. Mm-hmm. And that's fine, but it's not a daily.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It really is a let it settle. And particularly with the root chakra, again, a lot of spiritual and conscious women that I work with want to do things fast, want to do things quick, again, because we're in the higher chakras, which is all about fast, like lightning speed, etheric energy, like let's go, we're universal, versus if you think root chakra, it's slow, it's grounded, it goes at an earthly pace. So whatever chakra you're working with, just notice where it is on the spectrum in terms of how to work with it as well.
And is this the same meditation you were doing for ads before your launch?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So this I think this is a fun story for anyone who runs ads for their business, because I've been running ads for clients for years now, and it used to be kind of common in the spiritual space where you could get 50 cents an opt-in for your lead magnet ads. And because of changes with Apple and privacy, it's more like $5 to $10 an opt-in is pretty average right now. And Donna, when you were running this for your launch, you were getting 50 cents an opt-in, and this was like a few months ago, and I was just like, what the fuck?
And I still am.
You still are. That's so good. So I'm like, and you have great branding, you have great copy and everything, but I'm like, there's something else here.
There is, and it's amazing. I've got, the cost per lead has definitely gone up a little bit. It was astounding when we were doing the launch. I think I had 1,800 people just come into my database through it, and I was just like, what? This is amazing. Never mind my masterclass that I did, another like 1,500 as well. But there's something energetic about it, and we're getting emails probably every 2 or 3 days from people saying thank you, wow, and talking about the shifts that this meditation does for them.
Yeah, so this is completely free for you guys. That was bit.ly/root chakra free meditation. Do it today. Come back and comment on this Instagram live and tell us what happens for you.
Yeah, please. I'd love to see. So some other quick tips for root and sacral. And then if you're open to it, and if you've got time, Sam, I would love to do something for a little guided something.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. So first tip, this is my like best tip. And for those of you who've just joined, I've got yellow fingernails. I don't normally do that, but this is my courageous daring act as solar plexus, because solar plexus is about courageous daring. And it's yellow because for solar plexus, I'm in the middle of solar plexus month. I'm facilitating. Okay, so you're putting your thumbs on the flesh under where your pinky is. And if you're listening to this in the audio, your flesh of your thumb is where and then you're closing your hands over, making a fist. Okay, and then you're going to put that fist just where your root chakra is, just down in your lap, like that. Right. This is a root chakra mudra, and it is brilliant for grounding you.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
Anyone who's live with us now, if you're doing it and you feel it, comment. We want to hear you.
Yeah. So do it. This is particularly effective if you're in a situation where you can't run outside and just go and put your bare feet on the earth. Because, most people know about grounding and, if you run outside and put your bare feet on the earth and feel the earth underneath you, it grounds you very quickly. But if you're in a business meeting and there's negotiations going on and it's making you feel anxious or fearful or worried, or you're in a negotiation with your boss about a salary increase, or you are about to be part of a mastermind and you feel completely out of your depth and you feel your energy going all up to where it's safer for you, because for most spiritual entrepreneurs, up is safer, then you hold this and you hold it down, and it'll just bring you into your body and down into manifesting and feeling safe and secure.
Just for clarity, are you like literally just dropping it in your lap, or are you sitting on your hands?
No. I'm dropping them. Yeah, I can't even show you.
Yeah, I know, we can't see.
I'm just dropping it in my lap. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's literally in my lap. It's in my kind of root sacral. No, I'm not sitting on it. I'm just in my lap.
Yeah. Awesome. No, I feel that. That's great.
Yeah. And it's just, you know, I've got one of my students, Katlejo, who is such a laugh, and she's just like, that out of the whole 7 levels of abundance program for her has been the game changer in her life. Just the mudra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's gone on to triple her salary over the last 2 years.
No big deal.
Just grounding, keeping getting grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
That's number one for root. Of course, going out, grounding on the earth, so powerful. Also, if you know that you're already very proficient and balanced in your third eye, then imagining roots growing down, going down. The other thing is sleeping and making sure that your sleep is good. Huge.
Someone just chatted in. Could you repeat the mudra, please? So your thumbs are going on the pad below your pinky finger in the middle of your palms, and then you're wrapping around your four fingers
into fists. Yeah, you wrap your 4 fingers around into fists, and then it looks like that, and then you're literally putting it in your lap.
Awesome. Okay, continue.
All right. Sleep, healthy eating, exercise. We all know what to do. It's just, why is it so hard? Particularly if you're underactive or overactive. It's one of the things that'll keep coming up for you in your life. And you may keep being quite judgmental and self-critical, like, why can't I keep staying in exercise, or why can't I? And it gets easier and easier the more grounded and balanced your root chakra is.
So that's probably one of those,
in the habit.
Those are probably one of the uncommon signs, of your root chakras imbalanced. If you can't stay, how you should be eating and how you should be moving your body, and you're just not doing it.
Yeah. So for me, the birthing process of my son, and then also moving continents. So the birthing process of my son and becoming mother, moving continents, and COVID really rocked my root chakra stuff. And I've been doing loads of root chakra work this year. And now my exercises come back, and my healthy eatings come back, and my sleep has come back. And also being a new mom, you get out of sleep patterns and out of sleep routines. So your root does go wonky. So just something for you to know. So that's root, that's grounding. The things to eat are grounding things like root vegetables, like butternut, sweet potato, potatoes, very grounding. Any food that's red also. And because it's about food, it's very grounding to use food to ground. Nuts also very good for grounding.
I've heard a tip for that, which is like so obvious, is like if it's grown in the ground or on the ground, it tends to be grounding.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So obvious.
And then sacral. So sacral chakra, one of my favorite things is hip circles. And if you're watching right now, you're going to do it. Hip circles. For some of you, they might be really small. Other ones, you might have really, really big hip circles. It doesn't matter. The essence is it's got to feel good, because this sacral chakra is about things feeling good. So if huge ones feel funny, don't worry about it. But if little ones, and they can be teeny tiny. And in fact, you can even just in fact, I'll do that in the meditation. You'll experience it. So sacral chakra, absolutely that. Getting into water. It's one of the things, and as a spiritual practitioner, you'll probably know it already. Oh, my emotions are all over the place. Oh, things have gone awry. I must shower. I must get in a bath. I must swim. I must, people call it cleaning your aura, etc. It's actually sacral chakra and just coming back into cleanse, clean. And what else have I got for you on sacral chakra? Dance, 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 dance. Absolutely. Dancing.
I mean, just putting on a song that you like and doing hip circles to it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and the other sacral chakra, quick one that I've got for you. And obviously on my program, I go through bigger ones. The other one is cycling through your senses, because it's about sensuality and being in your senses. So not root chakra is about being in your body. Sacral chakra is about being in your senses. And so here's a quick one you can do along with me now. So you're going to notice each sense one at a time, and you're just going to focus on that sense, and I'll talk you through it. Okay. So first of all, you're going to notice, what are you seeing? What are the colors? What are the shapes? Things that are close to you, things that are far away. Okay, and now noticing, what are you hearing? Sounds that are closest to you, sounds that are the loudest, sounds that are the quietest. Now focusing on, what are you smelling? Focusing on, what are you tasting? And then focusing on, what are you feeling? And there are two types of feeling. The first feeling is tactile feeling. How do your clothes feel on you? What are you sitting on or standing on? How does that feel? Are you holding anything in your hand? And then there's the emotional feeling. How are you feeling emotionally? And now we're going to cycle through them again, and I'm going to cycle faster, and you're just going to notice. So I'd like you to notice, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you smelling? What are you tasting? And what are you feeling? One more time. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you smelling? What are you tasting? And how are you feeling? How are you feeling?
I feel
Sam?
good.
Yeah.
One thing that popped in my head when you were doing that is like, what an invitation to be consciously putting things that you like around you, especially since you're saying sacral chakra is so much about pleasure. It's like,
Pleasure.
do you have art on the walls that you like? Or is your room painted in a color that makes you feel good? Like, do you have like little scents around you that you can like tune into from time to time?
Yeah. Yeah. And one of the things that you'll notice about this exercise is that it makes you really present.
Mm.
It's one of the quickest ways to get out of your head and get into real presence, because you're now in the five senses, and so you're in the body.
Mm-hmm. It's like the whole safety of the present moment thing, where we are often like worrying about the future. Especially I see in like root chakra things of like, can I pay the bills? Like, what about this thing coming up? When really it's like, no, there's so much like safety and beauty in the current moment.
Completely. So those are the quick sacral chakra things to do. Water, getting in water, hip circles, dance, and this five senses, cycling through the five senses. Oh, I'm in my senses. Oh, and then when you're in the five senses, things are pleasurable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's when we're in our heads that things get a bit wonky.
Yeah. Yes. As I wear my blue, I'm like so aware of
yes,
that
as I wear my blue throat
like,
chakra.
oh, la la la. Okay, so was that the little thing you wanted to take
No,
us through? There's a
I
whole
can
nother thing.
I can keep going if you want me to, but I've got no idea how the time is or what the time is or whether we can keep going.
I'm fine with keeping going. We're at the end of the hour. I have nothing for another hour, so we're not going to go for another hour, but there's plenty of time.
Okay, great. All right. Let's do a guided meditation. Because we're talking root and sacral, I'm gonna do an exercise for both of them for balancing. I'm not gonna make it super long because we are live and there are people that'll come and go, and we're on a podcast and we've already used so much time, which I'm delighted. Those of you that are still with us, yay! Thank you for the pleasure of being with us. So yeah, take a deep breath in. your eyes, allow your top eyelids to rest on your bottom eyelids. And now become aware of your breathing as you breathe deeply in and out. And now I invite you to let your breathing become deeper and longer and rounder and fuller. And I invite you to become aware of your root chakra area, which is the base of your body around your perineum. And I invite you to become aware of your sitting bones. And imagine that under your sitting bones, there's a beautiful square, an energetic square that's been drawn that you're sitting on. And this energetic red square is providing stability and foundation and a sense of safety and security. So Muladhara is the name, the Sanskrit name for the root chakra. And the symbol for Muladhara is the only symbol out of all of the chakras that has a square in it. And it's important because it is this foundational symbol. And as the square comes into the root chakra area, it automatically balances the energy here, giving it a feeling of solidity. And I invite you to imagine that at each of the corners of the square, there are roots growing out from that corner and growing down and then rooting down, 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 down into the earth. And the roots don't just travel downwards, they also travel horizontally into the earth, vertically and horizontally, creating this beautiful network of roots that's both deep and wide. Imagine that from the four corners of this foundational square that's supporting you, the roots grow out and really ground and anchor you into being a physical being, a human being here on this earthly plane in the physical reality. Just notice how your lower body feels now. And now with this grounded stability, I invite you to bring your awareness into your sacral chakra. And imagine that there is a beautiful bowl that is sitting between your hip bones. And in this bowl is a viscous orange honey. And I invite you to imagine that your body is a spoon. And I invite you to begin to gently move your body so that you're stirring this sweet honey in your sacral chakra. Very slowly at first, bringing movement into the hip area. Noticing if there's any feelings or glitchiness or tension in your movement. That's okay. You might want to try going the other way. And as you bring this movement into the bowl of your pelvis, in the sacral chakra area, it's beautiful orange liquid that's going around slowly. You're also aware that underneath you is this red square, grounded, solid, rooted. Now, I invite you to stop moving your body, your physical body, but energetically imagine you're still stirring this viscous honey liquid. Notice how that feels. And notice that you can do it both physically or energetically to bring balance into this area. And if it feels good for you to keep moving your body, then start moving your body again. If it feels good for you to just be in the movement of the energy, that's appropriate too. Whatever feels the most pleasurable. What you might find is as you've been moving, feels very sensual. It might even feel sexual. And now I invite you to think about a desire, real desire that you have. And it might be for your business, might be for your life, something that you truly, truly desire. And I invite you to imagine that it's now in the center of this orange bowl. And that you're stirring this desire into the sacral chakra area. As you imagine holding the desire there, I invite you to turn up the volume of it on it feeling sensual, on it feeling sexy, on it feeling pleasurable. Just having this desire and the thought of the desire manifesting. Whatever it is. Feels so good. And this is a great exercise to do whenever you're trying to manifest and really activate something in the world. Bring it back into this desire area in the sacral, with this feeling of groundedness and stability underneath. And now I'm going to count very slowly and gently back from 10 to 1. And as I do, you'll find your energy returning back into the room. And you'll feel bright and light and sexy and desirous and sensual and grounded and secure and ready to go out into the rest of your day with this desire firmly planted and radiating its magnetism and attractiveness out into the world and into your physical manifested reality. 10, 9, 8, becoming slowly conscious. 7, 6, 5, aware of your body, aware of your breathing. 4, 3, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. 2, and 1. Blink your eyes together and open them. You might want to have a deep breath in and out. You might want to have a big stretch.
That feels good.
Welcome back.
Oh, feel free if you're on live with us to either share what you're desiring or how that meditation made you feel. I'd love to hear it. That felt really good.
Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
Oh, thank you so much, Donna. This has been such a valuable, juicy hour, however long we've been together. And I can't wait to share this. It's already being shared live, but like on the podcast and stuff. Do you have any like last little root sacral chakra or chakra balancing things you want to make sure ends up on here?
I feel like I've done it all, but really the you know, like the quick, like the really quick things that I can give, but really this mudra for root, so powerful, circles for sacral, and then actually planting that desire in. It's one of the things you were talking about my launch. Mm-hmm. And it's one of the things that I was doing, like, let me get, in fact, I had like super sexy, sensual desire for my 7 levels of abundance program. Yeah. And I kept building that up in myself, that feeling of like sensual, sexy, this program is fucking like, wow. But not here, because it's so easy as spiritual entrepreneurs to have it here and visioned, but really in like in your loins, in the sexy, like.
We just got so many hearts from that. I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so where can people find you on the internet? What are different ways that people can continue working with you?
Okay, so I am in a rebrand at the moment. So it's a juicy thing. So here on Instagram at Flowing Fairy Godmother. My website will be up next week, but you can go there now. You'll be seeing it in progress. It's donnamccallum.com. So my name, donnamccallum.com. I'm also on Facebook as Donna McCallum. And those are my main channels. The ways to work with me if you're wanting to do this root chakra work, in the show notes and in Instagram. And on my Instagram, I'm going to have now the free root chakra meditation. Please go and download that. You'll then be able to get into my world. And I do my 7 levels of abundance program. I'm with a beautiful group now. It's a 7-month program, so I run it only once a year. But my other programs, I have a few of my programs that are constantly open as self-studies, and then others that I run live. My next big live program that I'm doing is my Money Magic program, which will start early March. And that's really to get you into great relationship and thriving with money. And also, I'm just opened up my Vision 2023 Mastermind, which is a small group that I work with for 11 months during the year. And that's a beautiful program too. But the details will all are donnamccallum.com. And yeah, you'll find me there.
And that's MCCALLUM?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, thank you so much, Donna. This was so good. We got some love notes in the chat for that meditation and everything. Thank you everyone for joining us live. If you're listening to the podcast and you want to see a demo of the mudra, make sure you head on over to Instagram at The Dirty Alchemy or at Flowing Fairy Godmother, so you can see that mudra in action. And we'll see you next week, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you, Sam. Big love.